Hi, my name is Anas and I'm in 5A. Did you know that 2.67 million primary school age children are still denied to the right to education? Did you know that nearly 15 million girls of primary school age will never have the opportunity to learn or read, compared to about 10 million boys? That's why the UN is trying to achieve 17 goals. One of them are by 2030. One of them are by 2030, every kid in the world will have the right to education. As you know, the world is facing a pandemic and struggling to control it. So I have decided to talk about the coronavirus impact on education. The coronavirus has had a huge impact on the world and spreads widely like fire. Thinking how this virus started, well, scientists aren't sure yet, but they believe that it may have started from animals like bats, which carry out the disease to humans. The virus has affected social and economic activities which mankind have never experienced before. The UAE government has put a complete lockdown and has strict rules that no one is allowed to go outside, and if they want to, it must be important. What we can do as a responsible citizen is wear masks and gloves and obey the UAE government's rules. Now I am going to be talking about innovations that are helping us to study online due to the coronavirus pandemic. Google Classroom. Google Classroom is an online learning website which helps students do their homework. The teachers just need to post homework for the students to do. This can help us after the coronavirus pandemic will end, because if there is some natural disaster and the school is closed, the teacher can give homework in Google Classroom and you won't miss a day. IXL is a website that has all kinds of subjects and helps a lot of students learn freely and happily. You can pick your grade so you get the work which you're suitable for. By using these three innovations, we can achieve this SDG. For example, if kids are unable to go to school regularly due to some problems, they can use these innovations to help them. Quality of education is a goal which we are trying to achieve by 2030. However, due to coronavirus, things have been changed. The UAE government is trying hard to ensure the safety of its citizens, and also our responsibility to make sure that we help the government so we can fight this pandemic together. And I feel that education should not be stopped in any circumstances. I will conclude this quote. Quality of education grants us the ability to fight the war of ignorance and poverty.
Do you like coronavirus? Good morning, everybody. My name is Shahid and I am in grade 5B. Today I would like to talk about coronavirus. Coronavirus have been spread into 3 million people today, and mostly in the United States. So please stay at home to stop spreading the virus. Coronavirus is a really dangerous virus. It has spread around the world very quickly. Also, it can kill you. As a result, some people has died from the virus, and 3 million are getting care of. Coronavirus has started from eating bad food. You can be infected by coronavirus by touching different types of objects like grocery, plastic bags, touching each other's hands. It can also come to you when you are in a group of people in the place you are in. Coronavirus have affected the world a lot by closing schools, workplaces, and most important, stop family and friends gathering. UAE, we don't need to care about corona because Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed has performed well to keep our country safe from the virus. He also cared about other countries by sending helping planes to them. Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed has responded to keep everyone safe by stopping schools and giving holidays for people. That the same to keep their country also safe. And for our side, we need to stay at home to help out some SDGs to keep us focused on our goals for the future, and there are 17 goals. Today, we are focusing on one important goal, and it is goal good health and well-being. Also, we are focusing on equality education by STEM learning. Our SDGs targets is to stop the virus that affect the world. Will get the invention that came up for coronavirus is a sanitizer, door, and the other invention is the police corona hat, and this invention is being used in UAE police. This invention are making people safe while they are going to different places, and I think this invention will be used in other countries to make sure we get finished from the virus. Here I am at the end when I need to tell you stay at home and keep safe from the virus. Make sure you help the government and help your SDG to reach the goal. Don't give up and try to do your best at distance learning. And I want to thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you a good day.
Hi everyone, my name is Dean and I'm from PYP. Did you know that 759 million people worldwide don't get education? Did you know that 781 million adults worldwide can't read or write? There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, made by the United Nations. These goals, when achieved, are supposed to make the world a peaceful and a healthier place and help stop these problems. One of these goals is quality education. That's why I'm here to speak to you all about the quality education SDG, COVID-19, and the impact of COVID-19 on achieving this goal. COVID-19 is a virus from the family of viruses called coronavirus. We're not sure about how it started, but we are sure about where it started, in Wuhan, China. Some scientists say that COVID-19 started in the Wuhan seafood market, where people will be in direct contact with animals, mostly bats, and then get the virus from them. From the first one to have the virus, it keeps on spreading and spreading around the world. Schools are closed, shops, malls, and markets are closed, businesses are shut down, sports and other events are cancelled, flights are cancelled, airports are closed, and people are stuck at home. The UAE responded to the virus as fast as possible. In Dubai, at some point, there was a full lockdown and people had to get permission before they left their homes. But now they're the same as the rest of the UAE. The rest of the UAE has a lockdown starting from 8 p.m. till 6 a.m. The lockdown was there so that they had space and time to sanitize outside. They made centers for a drive-through COVID-19 check. They gave fever checking machines to workers in public places, as fever is one of the symptoms of the virus. These are the things the government has done, but we need to help them stop the virus too by staying inside as much as you can, wearing masks, but if you go outside, you wear masks. Listen to the curfew. Washing and sanitizing our hands, staying a safe distance from others at least 6 meters, coughing and sneezing safely in elbow or tissue, and trying not to touch your face or eyes or mouth or nose, wearing gloves and eating healthy food to make your immune system stronger so your body can fight the virus. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals are goals made by the United Nations. These goals were confirmed by 190 country leaders worldwide in 2015. These goals need to be achieved by 2030. These goals, when achieved, are supposed to make the world a peaceful and a healthier place. There are 17 of the goals, but I'm going to talk only about one, quality education. Each SDG has targets. When these targets are completed, the SDG is achieved. Here, I'm going to give you some of the targets of the SDG quality education. free primary and secondary education, equal access to education, build and upgrade inclusive and safe schools, expand higher education, and increase the supply of qualified teachers in developing countries. Now, to achieve this goal and to help people learn during the pandemic, people have had lots of innovations and inventions. Here are some of them: Google Classroom, RAK Kids, and Class Dojo. These innovations help the world and will be used after the pandemic is over in the same way. Google Classroom helped and will help by: instead of having homework on paper, we can have homework as an assignment on a device. It's much easier for the parents, the teacher, and the students. RAK Kids helped and will help by: instead of reading a book in paper, you can read online, and it's much more easier. You can listen to someone read the book yourself, complete a quiz on the book, and just in a few clicks, and it's fun. Class Dojo helped and will help by: instead of children bringing papers home from school so parents know what's happening in school, parents can communicate with their children's teachers and know events in school in a few clicks. Let's think about it. How will these innovations help to achieve the SDG quality education? Well, as I previously said, to achieve an SDG, we need to complete their targets. So these innovations should help complete one of quality education's targets. But to get something straight, not all innovations related to education have to, in order to help achieve the quality education SDG, have to help complete one of quality education targets. It can just be randomly helping something in education. See, all these innovations help during the pandemic, will help after the pandemic, and will help achieve the quality education SDG in a lot of different ways. So today we talked about what is coronavirus, responses to coronavirus, the SDGs, and innovations linked to the quality education SDG. But I'm not going to leave you there yet. I will ask you a question that you can think about when I leave. Do you think the COVID-19 pandemic is stopping people from achieving the quality education SDG? Yes? No? What? Well, that's it for now. Thanks for listening. Stay safe. See you later and bye!
My name is Ali Isam and I am from 5B. I hope you enjoyed listening to my presentation. I am going to tell you about coronavirus and how it spread, and how our government has been successful in keeping us safe. I am also going to tell you about sustainable development goals which have been set to try and achieve by the year 2030. What is coronavirus? Coronavirus is a virus from China which was generated in Wuhan in January 2020. It is believed that it started when a man ate a bat. Thousands of people have been affected by the virus around the whole world. Normally we go to school, but now instead to keep us safe, we have to study at home. What has the UAE government done? The government has set an alarm to stop us going out of our houses between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. This allows them to sanitize public places, as we have all been advised to stay at home as much as possible, and this includes studying and working from home. Masks and gloves have to be worn when going to public places to keep us safe. What can we do? We should stay at home as much as possible to make it less likely for us to catch the virus. What are Sustainable Development Goals? In September 2015, the General Assembly adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. That includes 17 Sustainable Development Goals such as SDGs, building on the principle leaving no one behind. The new agenda emphasizes a holistic approach to achieving Sustainable Development Goals for all. Some of these goals include ending poverty and ensuring everyone has a good education. My SDG number is 4, and it's all about education, making sure everyone has an education by the year 2030. Has the coronavirus stopped education? No. We can study at home and take part in live lessons with our teacher. What ways have schools continued learning during the pandemic? My school is using Google Classroom. Google Classroom is is accessed on your laptop from your teacher. Your teacher sends work, and if you your teacher sends work and can see if you have completed it. Then they grade it and give us a feedback to improve on. We have lots of different technology to access education during this time, such as laptop, phones, and iPads. Finally, we can have live lessons using Microsoft Meet, Google Hangout, or Zoom video calls to connect with our teachers and friends. These technologies will be helpful in the future if there's another pandemic. We are always prepared. This also means rain days are a thing in the past. We can always learn from more. Conclusion. The pandemic can be stopped if we just stay at home. But we have always thought of innovative ways to ensure our life continues as much as possible. We must listen to the advice of the UAE government if we want things to get back to normal. We can all succeed in achieving the SDGs if we just play a part in making them possible. I hope you do too. Thank you for listening to my presentation.